on AYV Television and Radio 101.7 FM. My name is Joseph Ado Mambu. Let's start with tonight's headlines. EDSA undercovers meter interference and electricity theft in regions.
EDSA like main could be pulled, you understand? Yeah. So instead, this cable was supposed to be installed on this meter output, you understand? Yeah. But now it's now installed under this breaker.
Deputy Minister of Justice finalizes the justice sector reform strategy.
The delivery of justice in Sierra Leone. And this is also happening at the time when we are working on finalizing the justice sector reform strategy.
And National Protected Area Authority conducts raids to halt illegal mining operations.
It's a threat to the lake. And I am mandated to make sure every mining activity ends in this place.
Now for the full news. Staff of the newsroom, the News and Current Affairs Department at the Africa Young Voices Media Empire have bid farewell to award-winning journalist Amadou Lamranaba following his resignation. Ba, who served as the Director of News and Current Affairs, left behind a legacy that was celebrated in an event filled with bittersweet memories. From the newsroom, Ronaldo Morovia reports on the occasion.
A birthday celebration and farewell bidding, an event that was a bittersweet memory for staff of the News and Current Affairs Department. After 6 years at the African Young Voices Media Empire, Amadou Lamranaba resigns, a decision he says is personal. Joining AYV in 2018 as co-presenter of the flagship breakfast program Wake Up Sierra Leone, Amadou Lamranaba went on to hosting the popular Hot Seat program, served as head of digital media, deputy director of News and Current Affairs, and until his resignation, was Director of News and Current Affairs.
Officially telling you that Ms. Momoya will be taking over. She's already doing the work, and you should accord her the same respect you've been giving to me, and I see she has that a lot with the team. She works with everyone, getting everyone involved. Let's support her and ensure that we all succeed together. Because if she succeeds, it's all of us. All of the things we've achieved together, covering elections and all, it's when they give our best department, it's AYP, it's not me or individual, it's all of us. So give her your best. Tomorrow it might be one of you who, all of us have the potential to lead. It might be one of you take over from her and be head of this space. Several times Mr. Abu has tried taking me out of here. Their office space is going to sit there. I said, no, I feel comfortable working here because for me, the first day when I came here, I told people that we are colleagues.
Bidding him farewell, staff of the News and Current Affairs Department described their experience working with him.
But I want to say I'm grateful for affording a lot of us the opportunity to do what we can, even when probably we are not even maybe ready or fit for certain roles. We still trust you for say, okay, do this, let's try this and all. And the relationship that has been between us is very professional and yet still very cordial.
I see the collaboration when you came to AYV and we had that good relationship.
I'm also being a true leader, not only a boss, but you're a leader to all of us because you've pushed us beyond our limits and demanded more from us too.
My success today as a journalist cannot be separated from Boss Lama because he pushed me a lot.
From a post on its Facebook page, AYV expressed gratitude to Amadou Lamranaba for his services while wishing him the best for the future, noting he is always welcome at AYV with the hope of partnering with him in his new venture. Ronald Jomorovia, AYV News, Freetown.
From EDSA, comprising management and technical staff, has uncovered numerous instances of meter inference and electricity theft in various parts of regions in the Western Area Rural District. These findings were confirmed during a raid carried out by EDSA officials in collaboration with the police. Salifu Charna Kamara reports.
Over the years, electricity theft has caused substantial financial losses for the National Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA, significantly hindering their ability to consistently pay power generation companies. Despite the institution's efforts to address the issue, it remains prevalent, particularly in the on-top Wata community, on the outskirts of Regent and Regent itself, where EDSA recently conducted a raid.
Load cable from a consumer unit, you understand? And this is the main cable from EDSA, like main could be pulled, you understand? So instead, this cable is supposed to be installed on the meter output, you understand? But now, it's now installed under this breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is still like reminding us illegal abstractions.
We have a circuit code. When we enter it, it shows it's low load, meaning there is no appliances that is on now. And the last recharge on the 21st, 12 months, that is December 2020. Since then, we have made no recharge or neither no payment.
One of the suspects, who claimed to have reported a faulty meter problem to EDSA like others, had this to say.
About a year ago, I had this problem. So I wrote a letter, I even snapped the meter and complained to them, you understand? They couldn't come, you understand? Then I had an advice from a senior person working there saying that, okay, now we have difficulty with meters. The best you can do now, you should be top-upping the meter every month. You understand? In fact, by then, I was top-upping something like 150 that I use monthly. Then from there, because the tariff went up, I doubled it to 300. And in fact, when they went there, the receipt is there. I used to do it with my phone. I was in the UK, I came a few days back. I couldn't top up when I came back. So what I did, I asked the boys to go and buy, and the receipt is there. And all the other top up are on my phone.
In response, EDSA's communications manager, San Nepo, stated that complaints submitted to EDSA are typically addressed within 2 weeks.
If you had lodged a complaint and the complaint has not been attended to, then we'll have a trail on where the complaint was lodged and why it was not attended to, and necessary actions will be taken against the staff or whosoever was involved in that. But also, if he's found stealing electricity, then we'll raise the energy recovery and we initiate or institute the necessary actions to be able to recover our money and also institute where necessary criminal investigations on his action.
Among the 11 households found in violation, 4 suspects were arrested and handed over to the Regent's police station. 11 meters were uninstalled and confiscated, and others received invitation letters to appear at the Criminal Investigations Department. Salifu Charna Kamara, AYV News.
Now, the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone, with support from the UNDP and Irish Aid, has concluded a consultative retreat for 35 participants from the Office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice. The focus of the retreat was on the draft Human Rights Commission Act of 2024. In his address, Deputy Minister of Justice Alpha Sise emphasized the timeliness of the discussions surrounding the review of the Act. He also noted the finalization of the justice sector reform strategy, which aims to guide the delivery process over the next 5 to 7 years, ensuring it is highly sensitive to human rights protection and prevention. Our reporter Sheku Mohamed Silla has more.
The Human Rights Commission Act of 2004 was enacted by Parliament, which serves as a Bible on which the Commission works within it. For 20 years now down the line, the Commission believes that their mandate has grown beyond its powers, and it is important for them to extend their mandate. The Deputy Minister of Justice, Alpha Sisi, noted that the discussions are happening now are timely when the AG's office is involved in discussion around the review of broadened laws dealing with the delivery of justice in Sierra Leone.
The delivery of justice in Sierra Leone. And this is also happening at the time when we are working on finalizing the justice sector reform strategy, which will really guide the justice delivery process in the next 5 to 7 years. And we have been very deliberate to note that we want the strategy and the implementation of that strategy to be very human rights sensitive. So we really believe that the justice delivery process, should be guided by or the formal justice system, but we will go beyond the justice delivery process within the justice delivery process that happens within the walls of the court. So we will have a people-centered approach to justice delivery or justice reform. We will make significant investment in access to justice.
The Vice Chairman, Victor Idrissa Lansana Esquire, described the process as a historic marking exercise together to review a 20-year-old law, and it is time to look at the founding laws that we used to do our work.
And therefore, it is time we look at the law, the founding law that we use to do our work. And we are very happy that the ministry that is responsible to make sure this happens is here. What the existing law says, the areas we want to amend, and new additions to the Act. So we believe that at the end of this session, the Office of the Attorney General Minister of Justice will have been given the opportunity to see exactly what the Commission intends to have in the law.
This act, if passed into law, will help the Commission to exercise and widen their mandates to meet international best practices of the Commission. Shiku Mohammed Sileh, AYV News, Freetown.
Now over to Koinaduga district, where illegal mining activities at Lake Sunfor is gradually pushing this protected area towards destruction. As one of the protected areas in the country, the designated body, National Protected Area Authorities, has conducted raids to halt these mining operations. To know more on this, Alpha Abbas Sise has the details.
Among other things, the mandate of National Protected Areas Authority is to protect, preserve, and manage biodiversity right across Sierra Leone. As the country has about 15 protected areas or game reserves, NPAA normally undertakes routine patrols to prevent certain activities like mining, hunting, logging, and others that are affecting the natural beauty of these areas. Lake Sunfon, Dian Chiefdom, Koinadugu district, is being threatened by one of such human activities like illegal mining. Top officials from NPAA and a handful of security officials were at this lake to stop every mining activity being carried out at this protected area.
If you are mining a little away from the lake, it's a threat to the lake. And I am mandated to make sure every mining activity ends in this place. Every mining activity. It's a threat to the lake. Our president, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, has got passion for the environment. Has got passion for the biodiversity of this country. In fact, if a country cannot manage its biodiversity, effectively managing the biodiversity of the country is an indicator of development. If you cannot effectively manage the biodiversity of your country, then you are not growing.
Executive Director Thomas Faya Kamara went on to highlight the importance of environmental management to national development.
If we are here, is to make sure every mining activity ends within a protected area, and that's the Lake Sunfon. Lake Sunfon is not for mining. Let me make it clear. Lake Sunfon is not for mining. This is a monumental area. We have our crocodiles, We have our hippos. The hippo is an iconic species. It's a flagship species. We have our fishes and other entities that constitute the biodiversity of this lake. But the mining activity is about to threaten the life of the biodiversity and by extension the lake itself. We don't want to begin to say, yes, we at a point in time had a lake in this country called Lake Sonfo. It is a protected area by Act of Parliament.
Certain arrests were effected, and those engaging on such illegal mining activity promised to join hands in protecting the environment. Abasisi, AYV News, Koinadugu District.
As a promotion of pro-poor growth for peace consolidation project implemented by NACSA and its partner GIZ comes to an end, a delegation from NACSA and GIZ has officially handed over 3 fruit and vegetable processing centers and 1 rice processing center to beneficiaries in Koinadugu and Falaba. According to the Commissioner of NACSA, Ambassador Anis Ndumaina, the project aims to complement government's effort in the Feed Saloon agenda. Our reporter Issa Bangura witnessed the handing over and now reports.
Sierra Leone is a country where 2/3 of the population is directly involved in subsistence agriculture, supporting the growth of agriculture, the promotion of pro-poor growth for peace consolidation project by NACSA, funded by GIZ, geared towards boosting agricultural productivity in developing a vibrant, competitive and profitable Sierra Leoneans, has constructed 3 fruit and vegetables processing centers and 1 rice processing center for farmers in Koinadugu and Falaba districts. Ambassador Anis Ndumaina, Commissioner of NACSA, in the official handing over ceremony of these facilities, says these projects are to improve the production and productivity of the farming system.
They are today for handover then facilities. And also in addition to that,
we are here to hand over these facilities to farmers and also because of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio's Feed Saloon agenda. We at NACSA are here to implement these projects to ensure our farmers grow what we can eat and eat what they can grow in the country.
And then facilities, as soon as see, you get a toilet, you get stores, you get shelves them for put with onion.
These facilities have toilets, stores, shelves, motorbikes, and tricycles that bring these vegetables from their farms to the processing center so that the fruit and vegetables will not be spoiled.
So that the value where the vegetables go get, it not go spoil till we can go now the cities them will go.
Jeffrey Kosan, monitoring and evaluation advisor of GIZ, laid emphasis on their work in Sierra Leone, stating that they will continue to give their support to Sierra Leoneans.
Over the 15 years, our partnership with NACSA has focused on enhancing local capacities, creating employment opportunities, improving livelihoods through the provision of storage facilities like this, markets and creating market linkages by rehabilitating and connecting the feeder routes. So we are committing, the German government is committing to continue this journey of progress and prosperity with you in the next phase of the employment promotion program.
Pisig Baruru Mansari III of Warawara Yagba Chiefdom in Calabar expressed deep appreciation for the facilities, emphasizing the significance of fulfilling the cry of his people.
During the time of Ebola, if my memory can serve me well.
During the time of Ebola, we had a lot of damage, but it affected the farmers the most. Also, during the lockdowns in the country, people's movements were restricted. By then, these farmers had harvested their farm produce, and because there was no store or processing center, their produce got spoiled. Therefore, the intervention of these facilities will remedy the situation.
So if you don't there now, I believe say
that would be thing of the past.
However, as NACSA is geared towards promoting community-based, demand-driven and sustainable development activities, Program Manager Salifu Mansare says the Commissioner has signed a 4-year agreement with the German Development Bank for €17.5 million for the GPCYE project. Issa Bangora, AYV News, Freetown.
This is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. Stay tuned for more stories just after the break.
From dawn to dusk and from dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days all year round. This dedicated team is here working industriously to bring you
the facts,
the analysis,
the interviews,
the news,
the views from the ordinary people. We set the agenda.
We bring you seamless broadcast.
we cover the happenings,
We give you the angles on the screen.
we cover the events,
We tell the story. We produce the shows.
We commission and ensure the stories are delivered.
We bring you all actions and excitement in sports.
we get our inspiration from you because you have chosen us as the nation's most trusted voice. AYV, the home of all things credible, factual, and of course, all times balanced news.
Welcome. I am Joseph Adomambu. This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio on 1.7 FM. Let's take more stories. Now, affected persons of the May 2nd Susan's Bay in Fano have expressed ongoing concerns about the aftermath of the fire, citing lingering issues with shelter, access to food, and other traumas. These concerns were highlighted during a recent humanitarian effort where food items, toiletries, water, and other essentials were donated by partners in saving humanity. Samuel Tonisoya has more.
On May 2nd this year, a turbulent inferno took down houses and properties at Susan's Bay community, leaving over 1,575 people affected. The houses have gone down, but the relics of broken structures and the desolate place lay still. The devastating effect of this still lingers in the lives of the affected persons.
I was at the hospital when I got the message. I nearly collapsed. The people helped me to get home. Upon my arrival, I was unable to see my grandchildren. Over a month, I was not myself.
We were unable to have access to meals and shelter. We had no place to sleep. We slept outside with our children, and they were unable to go to school.
Restoring smile to the faces of these victims, partnering to save humanity hands over food items, mattresses, toiletries, while extending arm of love.
Our partnership believes that we come to support people when there is disaster. Immediately we are going to respond point that, we've been here very often to respond to emergency, and some of these emergencies are man-made. Man-made issues can be solved. And so we appeal to people, especially to the people who do the illicit connection of electricity. This is one of the problems.
These affected persons express gratitude with hopes for a better life.
Before now, I had no place to sleep. They have given me food items and mattress. I am grateful.
We're happy, even though it will not be life like normal. These items will cheer us.
Other stakeholders say the gesture is to help victims rebuild their lives.
This help will salvage the situation for now, because helping them, this is a starting point for them to pick up from where they have left.